Namaskar. I am Lieutenant Colonel Vishwas Kale speaking to you. Muhammad Ghazni forces invaded Hindustan through Khyber Pass and they succeeded to establish themselves with Delhi Sultanate and afterwards Babur, Akbar, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb. They ruled this country almost for 800 years. They destroyed universities, they destroyed temples and constructed masjid over it. They killed millions of Hindus and dishonored thousands of women. That period was a black period for this country, and they were subject to slavery for a long time, say 800 years. East India Company came to Surat in 1612 and they established themselves by 1614 in Madras, Bombay and Bengal. Robert Clive in the Battle of Plassey and Buxar, they won these battles and established supremacy in Hindustan. Marathas were defeated in 1818 and they had the control of the most of the country. In 1857, after the mutiny of the Sepoy Mutiny, dissolution of East India Company took place and the British government took the charge of this country and they ruled from 1857 to 1947. Now, which are the main events in the history? Now, first we come to Battle of Haldighati, which was fought between Akbar, Man Singh, who was representing Akbar, and Maharana Pratap. This battle was fought and Maharana Pratap was defeated in this battle. The second battle, Ahmad Shah Durrani and Sadashiv Rao Bhau Peshwa, Battle of Panipat. Now this battle was fought on 14 January 1761. In this, Sadashiv Rao Bhau and Vishwas Rao Peshwa fell in this battle and he was defeated by Ahmad Shah Durrani. A third incident in the history of this nation, Jallianwala Bagh on 13th April 1919. Now in this, General Dyer fired on a mob in Jallianwala Bagh at Amritsar and killed 1,000 Hindu people in this massacre. Now you can imagine how this country and the citizen of this country passed through this period of slavery. These Britishers took almost 45 trillion wealth and looted this country and took the wealth to England from Hindustan. Now, once we got the independence, what Congress did the appeasement of Muslim and made laws against Hindus. They didn't allow Hindus to study their religion. They didn't allow the donation coming to the temple to be used for Hindus. It was put in the government control. They passed Waqf Act and Puja Sthal Act. In protection of right on divorce, 1986, Rajiv Gandhi in Shahbano case passed the law in favor of Muslims. Indira Gandhi in 1971, we fought the war with East Pakistan and created Bangladesh with great sacrifice. 93,000 soldiers under General Niazi, they surrendered to Indian Armed Forces, General Arora, and it was a sort of a first victory of Hindus over Muslim. Indira Gandhi during emergency inserted two words in the constitution. One was socialist and other was secular. These two words made the difference and made the life of 120 crore Hindus most miserable. They don't have a place for themselves in the world, and there is no Hindu country at present anywhere in the world. Now, in 2014, Modi came to power because Congress had committed a lot of corruption cases, and in this last 10 years, he has made tremendous progress in the country. The 3 trillion economy is a target, along with Make in India project and strong army to defend our territory against China and Pakistan. Now, if you remember, I would like to give one example of Muhammad Mossadegh. He was declared the Man of the Year in 1951. He nationalized oil industries in Iran and made a lot of progress. But America, with CIA and British Intelligence Secret Service, they planned to Operation Ajax, and they got rid of Muhammad Mossadegh from Iran and installed Muhammad Shah Pahlavi, who ruled Iran up to 1979. Now, the point of telling you this, that a government which was doing very well was toppled by USA and England to look after their own interest. Now, if you look what will happen to this country by 2099, the next 70 years or so, the population of the world will be something like 12 billion, and the Muslim who are 18% in India today will be 35%. There will be incident like Shaheen Bagh and Mopla, and the Muslim community, once they attain 30% or so, will pose a lot of problems and hinder the progress of the country. Now, what we have to do, how to face these people? Firstly, the Modi government, they should be very careful in future to guard against these anti-nationals and pseudo-intellectuals and save themselves because they want to repeat performance like Bangladesh in our country. And secondly, we should be ready to fight these people and save the honor of this country. In olden days, they used to give blessing to the newly married girl, Ashtaputra Saubhagyavati. I think this is the time we have to increase the population so we can have more numbers to fight. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.